no na enim fata says so kokoye mining wo. Your take on this?
Yeah, Dr. Ren, me free say Dr. Chama Wontumi. He's not being arrested because of say a political witch hunting, and now the government want to take vengeance on him. And there are those who say the NDC is seeking to break the front of the MPP. As I hear MPP at the horna, say NDC and as a John Mahama person breaking front of the MPP. Characters like Wontumi are not people the government will be touching, because although he doesn't add any political value to the MPP, and strategically, you'll be a political strategist. You will not design any plan and see that Chama Wontumi now, but so clearly that particular assertion that one man for team that is over the bar. The fact is that Senka Ghana a serious country and Wontumi in Kenya John Mahama na becheno. Na mbom Akufo-Addo aban ewo mu ne senka eche no anka John Mahama bae oba betoa so, because the subject Wontumi akonta mining and their engagement in forest reserve in this country a subject of public debate ya ka ho asem since Akufo-Addo time no ankasa ne party for kwaku baako ya fa ne saying Professor Frimpong Boateng and several other investigative reports from Manasseh Erasmus Donko a dossier of information about Bonsia actually clearly the involvement of Akonta mining. The Mineral Commission Board and as a forum the whereby say even Omunyan granting anything to go anywhere close to forest reserve. But the gentleman was out there because not buying our power. And he had the backing of the military. He had the backing of the government of the day, including the president. There's oh yeah. The trailer out there, there are videos circulating. Actually, how destructive Wontumi in the company across to forest in this country. And so, the estimate in terms of damage, Dr. Ren, we show. So some of these things, are real crimes that have been committed against the people of this country. It is not as if say onye environmental degradation at this company and including forest reserve near ma koso okroma no. So what kind of report na NIB BNI for the buy NIB for the buy clearly a chiro say chino mochi no has everything to do with engagement with forest in forest reserve mining, pollution of your fence water and as for them and no so born on the ball no. So the first call from BNI no and NIB no solely on mining. Kwanya brante we ya faswa wa se nema ewo kroma and na yoko there no it's a different case. That is what people are not Yoko invitation and NIB invitation are two distant issues. And so your farm mining samna find the bet imagine chrome had in sassy ne bosse Wontumi na Akonta mining and say forest ewo chroma say. Find the bet imagine sack a case Wontumi in the company enco forest reserve mu enco 2 and say no. Ono ankasa niema waye okroma enti ene saban biaba na ose wo niema na wo ye no there are criminal evidence actually say wo na wo ye we wo na wo ye we wo na wo ye we ya eno men obi anyam afo. You've been given the opportunity to come and clarify but chire wo nsemu na amanfo nti ase ena omo so omo mine invitation several occasion one ma I think said the national security storm his house I be here ho here the following Monday, no, or report here. That is how it's supposed to be. Because the mere fact that you invite to before a security agencies, that alone, no, does not incriminate you. A investigatory process, na shall now, these people, now I thought, say, they are brave people, oh. Want to meet now, Chrome her Ghana, Numki can some radio so and someone cocoa, as if say he owned Ghana. And so who audio now is circulating now. Well, Ghana baby na wafre radio so and he was crying. Said John Mahama chasing because of MPP. No. These are people who destroy land, destroy forests, poison waters. And it's the reason why he's been invited. So Justin Kodria echo to social media said people should go and support or no. People should go and support or no. Adente kumio se why no. May I sure say what go through comments. Man for Troya on the post and I say.
Hey, comment there be in your crowd.
Yes. Back when I told me team obisi Ogan. When you were chopping the ladies, did you remember us? And I'm not kind comments now air time.
But see when you were chopping the loyal ladies. Yes. Some loyal ladies near Kua and what MPP mu.
Okay. So
this a kuo no eye maba wa mo afa o mo tai join sa kuo no university fo ni bi kakra ma ho fefo kakra to kakra nufo kakra edi enu na eye na bebre no ano MPP fo mpanyimfo ni ko ba bia these are the loyal ladies wo mo tai ni mpanyimfo no kokokokoko mpanyimfo nti wo ka a refer say sa loyal ladies no mo wi wo mo no se bi kra na boy ne kra ne ga bi wo mu ayare no
yeah. Sagana hampani fonya political power ankwase ade we ya no modidi nkrama ya no mo de fa wo cause onye sika onko no mo na office dwumadie bia ani o mo so oda bia o mo ay busy
jo sa unim so we delete sa post no
o ba delete na tama ya wa ase no na wa kwatwere o post na obi aka cho say odwan ne hu sa de me stress but you see at the other side of it, I highlighted how enlightened the average person your views are gullible over the years. Over your chin MPP, chin NDC, no, kakakakra. Do dona anit te omu hunyan saba. Because nipa winya to me, you know, one friend that's all mra ufie, unim no. Respect crowd, among respect. Na sama tuna oba froze bedi, na okwana yakobo wania. What's under Kosia Mami here so people will not come. I didn't know why no. So we free so we young from Memra. Na me ameti hai. Ya say and Robia Kobuki elsewhere. And I'm say area na meteno. Ye invite me say me candy minimum. So I will gladly go there and tell you what I know if I don't know anything. You understand? But to be playing hide and seek, doing press conferences, calling people say store number anyway, you know, police for Aframe, it means you are buying public sympathy, thriving on emotions, over obscure the essence and the relevance of the key issues at hand. And over the years, that has been the political strategy. Most politicians are adopting just to, you know, stir public emotions in order to buy public sympathy. Sabaya issue no banner any NDC MPP. People forget. And again, Yoko, if one person can go and access Exim Bank over millions of dollars, somebody be could be a bro, maybe be quack and then as a phone. And answer now buying no free power, no your finance acquire so I pay over millions of Ghana dollars. At the amount of human wire, when indeed, when you go to the road to check, there is nothing. Sikana oji, you know, only a good who they are who you. Wow, we are poor food soldier be a make us say credit na what our good phones now the social media now chunk as yasem no onimo. This is a state fund. No dia wasan the city because or your party chairman or baby. And these people are getting richer. And you, the poor gullible party supporter, and that be our conhunti, no obiko, over area below Bicrano being Casa because only NDC for the MPP for just a only pano kufo crab you hunida. I could father go hunida, Mahama or Nimnida. But or no be a cat because only NDC on the MPP. So this kind of foolish politics, you know. And I see flam for any so crack. No, fra said comano. So I think that wouldn't to me there. He has proven that he's just a coward. People should not regard. And that is the strategy. MPP no more the beer or one of them we 10 radio. They say they are cowards. For instance, Kennedy Agyapong. And your Kennedy Agyapong strategy has been away. Abra say asante phone kwan when I President Mills Spencer watching no. The same strategy that she has or said na koma ya na ya. And I also know the hospital.
Yeah, that same strategy. Yes.
The same osini BP aba. Emma ya swa Kennedy Agyapong na no den matem di amanfo atem okroma no e de call hospital. The same strategy na Wontumi adopt. I'm telling you that these guys are cowards when they sit on radio and they are talking gidi as if say to me. And it's also a lesson to everybody. My character say obi a onim nyansa no nya political power o free say anywhere here. Political power ade ba kwa man political power expiring date and that's what we are dying at that so when you secure power that arrogance will munipa kasa anyhow. There was a time I watched this guy interview the way he was talking to Mahama no na video now read about is the reason why people are thinking that maybe John Mahama is getting back at him. But you see, if the person is getting back at you, now there is no case. I don't know because he's witch hunting you. And Dr. Ren, if there are facts to back that particular thing, you can't say you are being witch hunted. So when you're here, and the MPP, some for General Secretary or National Chairman or several big wins. Dr. Bawumiana no na flag bearer of the party. So on and more. Now then, on channel. No crown ever come back to become president. And the John Mahama MPP no pass or Sena. He will not go for Wontumi. He's just a fry.
For the low hanging fruits, no.
Oh yeah. For him, he has no political relevance. He has no political relevance because maybe Officer sitting back, talking anyhow on radio, insulting, attacking people. No, that is not politics. No. So if there is indeed a grand strategy to break the front of the MPP, John Mahama will go for a more wiser, a more intelligent person, as Sebi, or more takena, maybe to take everything away from the MPP. But this is a clear case of a guy in the name of a party about power. And I know say on your DC, on your way, how many DCs in access to $41 million contract? How many DCs and the Timikwaji Exim Bank loan? Somebody could be your friends say abro. How many your friends say MP Square and access to the contract that he had access to? And I said, well, yes, I need my way in one year. Now the state is coming after you. Don't make emotional appeals. Because after all, if you have defense, I cannot say it's a win to me for and now dip him because Obiani Nasam. And so a solid case, yeah. You don't engage in this emotional theatrics. What you do is say you go face them, if possible, a court, you go prove your case. You'll be exonerated. Because this is not an era of military rights. Mitchell prison no. And everybody will have his day in court. Chief Justice Tina not tell you the day say now on one day our court when there. You know any more so not the de mama for a money be. And some of the court to not to some to say it has no basis. So Wontumi should just shut up. Because some of this emotional ranting now, you know.
Na Fred Ghana for Ghana for sorry. Ghana for Mra. Na the way in some words crowd you see the way John Mahama you know. When you cry no nano abranti bi de okochoro ku dita okochoro ku keke ye che no man da mua for bosome baako just because we tron on the Facebook ku make abranti ye lawyer a friend is a vomawo ene Wontumi say the way ekeka ko die ya hwe ni ya de John Mahama obetumi amasa de ni bia de esi no bi ka say asem we nya asem ese de no boss because enya depa. So why should people be thinking and calling for ebi some say bia I mean freedom of expression, freedom of speech and is under attack as a year John Dumune a friend and saying the other MPP bigwigs ebo modia ekekano.
Dr. Ren, you see, and America said integrity is key. When I see these people talking, I see them like jokers. And nobody should take them serious. Listen, attack the John you know. Dr. Ren, attack on freedom of speech. Our head for Ghana has say. Now we are feed the across Okroma say. Oliver to UK at the social media. Cool social media.
Debbie.
Until now, Attorney General be trying to say more. what people have gone through in this country, journalists, because people were being beaten. Where were they? I'm saying that these guys are jokers. They are just your friends saying rapping for attention. What has been done? Wontumi, is it a case of China? No. It is the case of a crime that has been committed. Every single person that has been picked so far has to do with Adia Nipanaye under the era of Akufo-Addo. Either you took monies and you didn't deliver, either you did this and you failed to do, either say why what nema da kog asase so akwase amamfo nso na amamfo nsase. It has nothing to do with free speech. Nothing. And then a coup beba kroma in the last 8 years, coup ama kroma say. Because in the history of the Ghana politics, governance in this country since Kwame Nkrumah time, the most useless government, the most intimidating, the most government that hounded people in this country was the Akufo-Addo government. Even with that, coup d'etat and Nkrumah. And today, these jokers who were brigadiers in this your friends have monster administration and they will turn around and say cool basic Ghana because your friend Wontumi. Is Wontumi better than other people who have been called on? I'm afraid that your friend Professor Amia Kumfi, I didn't hear the man call Uncle Chuchanjano. After all, he's a professor. Now I didn't tell one who doma moko. You see, I think that your security, sometimes they need to be there are certain things you don't entertain. People have. Do
you think it's Yechi will be and this not political party be opposition no map free all their party members should gather at maybe Yoko, gather at police headquarters, gather at this place, NIB. Do you think it's a idea ye can wasem in a way whereby any person be sabebano I'll be calling for people it's like a sign of trying to obstruct the justices the
Public Order Act talks about unlawful assembly. And this is here police can invite you and inquire. Assembly no more assembly no there na more. It's there, but you see, because we live in a liberal society where demonstration, protestations, and those kind of stuff, immediate political tools. Very often, because Wontumi nka say MPP for kaso mu isi abonten akọ solidarize with your friends Wontumi a ma omonko anase wusi omho kwan me amete hai I won't support that. They have the right to do that. But the thing is, say it's a security zone. And there are perimeters that coming close. You don't allow these people to come so close to you. They can easily break in. You don't do that. Even in Europe, we've seen some of these things. Darwin Street, and as for there has been instances among for protest. White House, and as for there have been instances people go there to do protests. But what you need to do is there must be clear-cut perimeter that has been established. The people will not get anywhere close to the place. But in our situation, it's not like that. So, and as I have barricade now, police for Jina, not supporters in Jina saying, the public can easily break in because more such police for no. So I think that there must be a deliberate, clear-cut strategy. Security, at the best be put in place just to ensure, in situation like this, how do we handle it? Because I'm saying, for people coming there, you cannot stop them. Fine, they will come. But you, as a security, you need to strategize and ensure that they are coming, will not in any way obstruct towards and not affect negatively what you are doing there.
Do you think it's a year security agencies, Omoko effect arrest a year bohuna etio pump action bi mu se bomb bobo amanfo se enya de ehu hia nneoma bi ai se Rambo style o fa na bi asem okan ya I say, do you think that is necessary?
I think that the national security, yeah, a very useless institution. We need last one institution here reforms. Open one of the security agents in Ghana for any respect for it is the national security. Do you know why? It's because of their modus operandi over the years. It started from the Kufuor time up to now. And I haven't noticed any changes in the way they operate. You see,
I saw Mokwachi Obi anom de balaclava be a showmanim, or Makata womanim na I say, and near maybe she woman will be a crowd who the elmochre.
You see, first and foremost, the national security is supposed to be an intelligent organization, a shadow organization that is collecting, processing intelligence and routing to other state security agencies. Sabaya, and Abaya Dinso who physically is a national security person there. Over the years, if from rolling stamp, no way time, I hardly know so way national security. But it has become an operational institution in the public. Alusuni shadow identity, no. The public identity now, Azumino, is becoming very dirty on daily basis. Because there are some of the arrests in there may be appropriate, but the way they go about it, sometimes the whole thing. For instance, national security will move, say, the person will get your friend saying, in the case of Wontumi. Very often they are not able to control. Yes, among for have phones and they will video then and so forth, but to a certain extent, you should be. That is why it is an intelligent organization. You need to be able to operate within a realm and create unnecessary scenes in the public. And again, me who adanta kumi fear video, no, Dr. Ryan, let me make this point quite clear. National security elsewhere in the US, when you go do operations, and so forth, sometimes even an undercover, and so forth, no, you may try to cover your face, and so forth, but under no circumstance, and a national security personnel, obi fie a house, a what number, house number. Now, but obi. No, it must never happen. If you are doing an operation on the street, that is different. But you to walk into somebody's house, now national security. No, that should never happen. And I was so much disappointed when I saw that video. I'm saying, sir, they can cover their face, whatever. But when you walk into somebody's home, for security, you identify yourself, you will tell the person where you're coming from, where you are taking the person to, and if possible, somebody from the house will have to follow you. But what you want to be about fear, they are actually national security. Sadia ni bi na call ya bongo ideas obi kofa no free ni fia the same ya chichichiri ya nim ni na sefo nom no ewie police for so omunim ho hwe national security so onim ho besim ne ye nim nipa kofa abrantie no koto cha no sa wo kai
me kai pa ne je say wa hwe di ya wo ba me fie na wakatakata wanim sa de obi kura be mistake you say we am robber
na sa ochina me no you bet me kata ya nima kofa police for ntade asha ko wuro obi fie kwa say national security
no cre
na ya tam obi ade ne call the baby. You don't do that. This is not a culture we should entertain. So the national security me bo mo abaso in as much as they are doing a lot, because Japan in the teaming somewhere a number of high profile arrests no na for no cocaine bus, drug bus, airport way in the last bare 4 months in here drugs are more intercepting when you 10 or more there. But in this particular sport, I think that they need to retool their methodology, because it's like they are using the old book, and that old book, you can't survive in this present time. You don't walk into somebody's house in the name of national security. Now what they more fly when sometimes me oba me feel by yes there na to be very honest, because you can't Oh yeah, because you don't do that in the first place. I am very disrespectful, Now no mete so be ma some funny explanations national security no man kata wo nim na ban for from. I mean say na wo border national security no yeah adwuma political party.
Na just job for the boys for ni bi akodi ho ana.
Exactly. National security is supposed to work for the state. It doesn't matter who is in power. If it is an operation, a high-profile operation, involve like drug barons, that kind of syndicate, you think that our identity, you need to protect it a certain better. That is different. Oh, we are talking about somebody as well tried there with social media forcing. Even that arrest for me wasn't even necessary because police could have gone there to pick him up, or police could have invited him. You don't need national security van yet. So who it's highly unnecessary. Creating unnecessary attention. In the end, you end up turning fools into national heroes. Because I know the guy was trending all over on social media. For what reason? Or what wrong because I said was social media. It's national security for 2 cars, and a hero. You are just making fools social media heroes, and it's unnecessary. So for me, I think that they need to look at their methods well, in as much as I think that they are working well. Some of these aspects, they have to, because it's highly unnecessary. We live in a civilized society. As a security, the way you are operating, must reflect that civil environment, must reflect that civility. Indeed, we are in a new era, things are thriving. But why I'm not warehouse are fine, but obifia na yere na man abusian fogu ho ya nkata ya nim se yakofa nipa.
Abusia ugusu a wotie Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM. Ma menchia yenu anama mutie Rainbow Radio Manchester, Rainbow Radio Milton.